So sad of me. Grand Rising. Grand Rising. Lean back. Get in my comfort zone. Grand Rising, beloved. Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, beloved. Look at you. Going live with me both times. Peace, beloveds. Peace, family. How are you? How was your weekend? How was your weekend? Peace, beloved. How was your weekend? Oh, weekend been interesting. I think I need to see where my planet's sitting. I need to look at my chart. Look at my chart. Grand Rising. To look at this chart. You spent too much money? Oh, Lord. I ain't spend no money. Yeah. Yes. Prosperous. We like prosperous weekend. I thought I was going to get these workshops put up yesterday, but I didn't. I'm going to get them up today. I was trying to fine tune a couple of little things. So the workshops will go up today. I highly suggest that if you want to attend one of the workshops, or even if you want to have a virtual spot, I always do limited spots, just because I like to be able to reach out and talk to each one of the people that are in the classes. And yeah, it's just like intimate connections when I'm teaching. So when I open them up, you better jump on it because they tend to go really, really, really fast. Or whatnot. Just FYI. Trying to make sure I got all my cards. Okay. Let's get this popping. Peace, beloveds coming in. All right, y'all. Whew. It's all in my heart chakra today. All right. Let's see what these cards say. Gotcha. All right. Let's pull a couple more. I don't even think we need no more, but I'm going to pull a couple more. Oh, we must need some more with all these cards flying in. Gonna go with this one. I saw that card last night. Look, I want to do a different one. I am. Hold on, y'all. I changed my mind on the card. I haven't pulled from this deck in a while. Peace, beloved. Ashe. Yay. Okay, y'all ready? So the first card that comes out today is obviously the upside down Nero card. The Nero card. The Nero card is talking about be on the path, stay on the path. You are on the right track. You are on the right journey. While you are on this path, you are going to be distracted and tried and triggered and maybe even deterred sometimes. Maybe feeling like, something is trying to deter you from the direction and the destination that you are going. Grand Rising, beloved. So make sure that you stay focused. Don't allow anyone to get you off track. Make sure that you are even being creative on the solutions that are needed in order for you to get to your destination. A lot of times we are so rigid in the path when we're so tunnel vision on this is the destination that I have to reach, but we are not being creative on how are we reaching the destination. Sometimes it's all about working smart and not hard. Sometimes it's not about doing the things that are obvious, but doing the things that we are not even thinking about, that's not even on the surface, it's not on the radar. If you stay on the path and on the journey, guess what we gonna get? Abundance. So we get the Ace of Earth card, and that's all about abundance. That's all about bringing things into fruition in this physical form, being able to manifest things that are in our metaphysical, that are in our higher consciousness, our higher selves, and bringing it into the physical form. And it's not just short term. This is always about long term. Everything that it is that you need, your wishes, your desires, your dreams, the things that you want to see come into fruition. I'm looking at the other card that's on the bottom of the deck, and it's saying, operate from your higher self at all times. Make choices. Don't be a victim. You might be feeling, like I said, I told y'all this week gonna be feeling like a trigger week. It is. It is. But it's urging you to stay on the path. Put your blindfolds on if you got to. Put your blinders on. Just stay on it. Know that you can trust the process because your higher self is always going to lead you to the right dynamic. The reason I was saying trigger because the other card that was right under that is the mirror card. And that's what we pulled in our reading last night. That, yesterday morning. It's going to be some people that's going to try to come up and it's going to try to trigger us. Yeah. And you're going to have to say, how is this going to make me grow? Don't pop off. Just be like, how is this an opportunity for me to grow? How is this an opportunity for me to obtain my higher consciousness, my higher self? Your power of love card today is individuality. The power of love card deck, power of love. Individuality. It says you leave your unique stamp of love on everything you do. You have a unique purpose, beloved. You were uniquely created with your intentional purpose. There's no one else like you. No one else can do what you do. You bring your specific gift to the world. Listen, you do. No one else can be you. No one else has your voice. No one else has your code of approval. No one. So be you. Be authentic to your voice, what it is that you serve. Connect to your purpose. Make sure, that's why I feel like we're getting, I don't even know what I just said with the cards, but make sure that we are, you know, staying on the path. There's a purpose. Reconnect with your purpose. Reconnect with your path. Reconnect with your journey and why you were chosen to incarnate at this season. Be intentional. Be very authentic. Join in and saying it's time to network. It's time to go talk to some people, do some things, okay? In order for you to build into your abundance. Your network, look, your circle of influence can change your life. Your circle of influence can change your life. It's all about your network. It's all about the things that are connected to you. Ashe, I needed that one. It's all about your resources. A lot of times people be like, oh, I can't start a business because I ain't got no money. You better pull on your resources. The universe always gives. Always. All they ask for you to do is meet them halfway. Right, your network is your net worth. All they ask for you to do is meet them halfway. So when you come up, I swear this message was for me. When you come up, against obstacles and things that's in your pathway, and you know that you're trying to get to this destination, think about who's in your network. Get out and meet people. If you don't have a circle, you need to get out and do some things. Go to some charity events. Go to some events where you can pull and call upon your circle to come in when it's needed. Have a mastermind group. I'm big on that. Whether they visible or invisible, just have a meeting with your mastermind circle so you can get ideas and thoughts that's not even on your radar sometimes. It might take somebody else to trigger something to say, hey, this is what we need. This is what you need to do. All right. Our crystal card, I went back to an old deck card. My Crystal Mandela. I actually have these online. Y'all need to jump on these. It's one of my favorite. It's one of my first crystal card thing. I'm looking for the box, but they're one of my favorites. So, me and this phone. Empowered service, empowered service, empowered service, and it's the Rondonite. Master is Yogananda. And what did I do with the book, y'all? Okay. Mm-mm-mm. Let's see. What does it say? We bring you the blessing of empowered service. It is your time to assume your place in the world. Ashe, it's individuality, at the table of the masters who serve the loving hand of the divine. You have been asking for your purpose to be more clearly unveiled and manifested in the world. You have endured lessons of patience. You have learned that the spiritual progress can be made even without results being immediately obvious. You have learned trust and willingness to surrender your personal desires into a larger plan. We know that of which you are capable of. And we now invite you to step into the next level of empowered service available to your soul in the service to the greater plan and the divine love unfolding. I'm going to read this last little part right here. The oracle asks you to be open to the changes you feel and are happening now or soon will be, including the opening up of new opportunities, changes that need to happen within your work or your life to better honor who you are and what you are attempting to do through life purpose. You are stepping up to a new level, although you may experience that as an internal stepping up where you feel you are still doing the same work but simply in more potent and far-reaching way. It could also indicate external world changes you will need to make. Okay? It may be that you need to speak up, take charge, let go, move on, or all of the things above and more to really allow yourself the full power you have to obtain through your spiritual work up until this point to be expressed lovingly to the world. It is in alignment with your divine plan that you do this. It will come together easily once you do what you need to do, and you need to trust the universe. Ashe. So empowered service, this is a time frame that we are stepping into our voice. We are stepping into our authentic self, our individuality, what it is that we came into the universe to do. So as long as you are being genuine, beloved, as long as you are being committed to what that is, as long as you are grounding yourself, go put your feet in the grass, hug a tree. Y'all know that's my thing. Go hug a tree. Go hug one. So you can ground yourself, so you can center yourself, so you can feel your energy reconnect with Mama Earth. So she can remind you what it is that you're supposed to be doing. So she can put you back on the journey that, you need to be on. So she can remove all the extra extra energy that you are being absorbing. You've been absorbing all of this craziness, all the energy, all everybody else's emotion, the things that's going on. Okay? Going to connect, going to ground yourself is going to pull all of that out and recharge you with positivity, with love, with light, with your divine connection to the world, to the collective consciousness. All right? Be intentional this week. Do all the things this week that is going to make you centered. I'm going right after this, go put my feet in the grass. It's a little wet out there, but I'm still going to do it. So I can make sure that I stay centered this week. I have a lot going on. Um, for my babies that are joining me, I'm super excited. I'm probably going to talk about it every day, about this retreat that we have. So my Seed of the Soul retreat is my very first retreat. So I'm super excited that I decided to push through and launch this series. It's going to be this weekend, the 14th, 15th, and the 16th. We are going to have so much fun. And most of all, we are going to grow a lot this weekend. I still have a few ladies that are needing financial assistance. If you are able to donate, let me put my Cash App in here before I get into the topic I want to get into. If you are able to give and help these young ladies, I would greatly appreciate it. I did want to help a couple of young ladies that are very young and very new to this journey and absolutely need this guidance and this healing. So if you are able to give, make sure that y'all, hit my Cash App up, so I can support these women on their journey. That's my goal. That's the reason that I got into everything that I do, is because I want to help women heal. I really, really feel like it's important for the women of our community and the men, the whole collective, need to heal. But I know it starts with us. I know it starts with the womb, the women who are the portals to bringing these children into existence, the women who house the men in these portals when we are creating these divine beings. So it is very, very, very important for us to be centered, for us to be grounded, for us to be walking in our divine feminine and learning how to balance that with our divine masculine, because there has been a major shift. So my goal, and I feel like my unique purpose, is to share my story and the things that I experienced as a woman coming up in this amazing world and life lesson, and share the tools and the coping mechanisms that got me to the point where I was like, okay, I get it. That helped me navigate certain dynamics and certain journeys within my own unique purpose, my own journey. All right. And in turn, help these babies be amazing, because we raising guys and goddesses. We ain't raising regular kids. I keep telling y'all that. We ain't raising no regular kids. We raising the incarnation of a lot of giants. Listen when I tell you. We're raising the incarnation of a lot of giants right now. Lots of them. Lots of them. All right. Um, this week, I know, like I said, I want to talk about this past life thing and things that y'all can do to, start some healing process and work on past life energy. Like the post from Science said today, she needs someone to heal her, so she became the healer. And that's who we are, exactly. What exactly? One day you needed somebody. Yep, yep. I say. So when we are being triggered sometimes from these past life occurrences that might show up today or tomorrow or this week, or they already have started rearing their head, okay? There's going to be some energy that's going to rise. Because that's what the purpose of it is to trigger what hasn't been resolved, what hasn't been refined. So you got to pay attention. You got to put it on the table. I always tell people, make sure that you put it on the table. Make sure that you put it on the table. Make sure that you really deal with your stuff. Quit sweeping it under a rug. Quit putting a band-aid on it. Actually deal with the stuff that needs to be dealt with. Okay? Know that you are divinely protected and covered by your ancestors, your spirit guide, like your squad deep. So they're going to allow you to do exactly what it is that they need you to do. You have a unique and intentional purpose, beloveds. So you can't keep sweeping stuff under the rug. So I'm sharing this because I remember a time where I always talk about, I've been doing this journey probably literally since I was little, but intentionally maybe when I was 19. I started being a lot more inquisitive around the age of 15. So by the time I hit 18, 19, I really was like, oh, wait a minute, it's something. I'm putting pieces together. Stuff missing. Like, wait a minute. So I'm learning, reading all these books, right? Reading all these books, but still not really using discernment to my fullest ability. Still not trusting my intuitive voice to the best ability. Okay. So I'm still making choices that were not operating in my own self love. It was not a um, firm example of me saying this choice came from love. Okay. And I always say that. And that's my biggest thing. I feel like we have to be in a space where we truly understand what self love really means and represents. Because if you don't understand that and you don't really know what it feel like, what it smell like, what it look like, you're going to make some choices that you're going to look back on and be like, I don't know what I was on. What was I on at the time? Okay. So during that journey, I'm like super smart, super educated, reading all the books. I was reading Sacred Women back then. I was doing Sacred Women back then. Okay. So doing all of that, but still making choices that were connected to my pain, that were connected to my guilt, that was connected to my shame. So all the choices that I was making and repeating this particular cycle and this learning lesson, I was like, damn, why everything else going good? When I got into my career, anything that I touched career wise, boom. I don't care what it was. I was the person that I would come in and I would be brand new, and all of a sudden my ancestors and spirit guides would like blow it up. The universe would meet me more than halfway. I just had to put a little bit of effort, and then they was just like, oh, that's what you want to do here. They would be super excited. They would be like, oh, this is what she want to do. We're going to give this to her. Okay. But because of the pain that I was still carrying, because I hadn't really did the work that I needed to do, I would self-sabotage at a certain point. I would get to a certain level and then I would self-sabotage. I would create something to still feel guilty about. I would create something to still feel this pain because you don't feel like you truly deserve this gift that the universe is giving you. So one part of my life was doing this. It was constantly elevating. And the other part of my life was just going haywire. And I'm like, how does that work? How does that work? And for me, it was relationships. That was my thing. My Chiron, if you know anything about astrology, my Chiron is in the house of relationships. So back then, even though I had my chart, this elder, I remember one of the elders when I was like 19, he had did my chart. He was like talking to me about like the things that I need to pay attention to. And I was not listening. I was like, oh, okay, can you get me that oil over there? 'Cause I didn't come in here for this. I came in here to get this essential oil that I came to get. I came to get this frankincense and myrrh. You over here talking to me about some astrology, some stars. I was on that other shit then. I was like, man, them stars don't affect me. They don't affect who I am. Okay, now I get it. So coming back, I'm like, okay, when I got to a point in my life, I remember this is when I was working with Fantasia. So I'm working with Fantasia. So I got stuff on TV at this point. I got stuff on the red carpet at this point. You know, my money, my bank account looking good. It looking real healthy right now. You know, not worried about nothing. I had a storefront. So I'm working in the store. So I got money coming in from the store. You know, my kids good. You know, they fed. My house is nice. The whole nine. Thinking I'm living the life. Okay. Relationship was trash. Relationship was garbage. My relationship and the things that I was making decisions in when it came to my connection to my intimate self was garbage. You hear me? So when that resurfaced and the things that was going on from that part of my life was coming to the surface, and it's like, oh, you don't want to deal with this? Boom, here. It made me deal with it. It was like, oh yeah, we're gonna sit your ass down today. You gonna deal with this today. So everything just from that, whatever it was that I was not dealing with at that time, because it was a lot. That's why we ain't even gonna get into. That's a whole nother video. It was a lot that was just swept under the rug. I was like, nah, I healed. I'm good. No, I love myself. I'm good. No, I'm good. My life shows that I'm good. All right. But then when it decided to rear up and show its head, everything started unraveling one by one. Everything started shifting in my mind. So when it was shifting, I was like, oh, okay, wait a minute. So, oh, I got to deal with this today. Y'all want to do this now? The ancestors was like, yeah, you gonna do this now. I was like, oh, okay, all right. All the learning lessons, boom, 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 right, one by one. That was a tower moment in my life. There was a very big tower moment. It was the biggest tower moment that I can remember thus far. So when that tower moment happened, but it made me do the work. At the time, I was feeling devastated. I was like, oh, Lord, everything, I was feeling like everything was being snatched from me. That's another part of my chart, too. My chart special. Y'all be talking about y'all natal chart. My natal chart is special. Listen, the universe was like, oh, you don't need that. We're gonna take it from you. Yeah, that. Give me that back. You ain't ready for this. Give me that back. You ain't wanting to do the work. Give me that back. Oh, you playing? Give me that back. I promise you. So when it got to that point where I was like, okay, wait a minute, wait. Okay, simplify, focus. That's why I tell y'all when y'all having tower moments, challenges, obstacles, it's an opportunity to grow because you got to look at it and deal with it and say, why am I here? What happened to put me here? Pay attention. Not why is this happening to me, but why am I here? What am I supposed to learn? What opportunity for growth am I supposed to be walking in? So when it's being taken or it's being challenged, you can say, okay, this is my opportunity to grow. And in that moment for me, I realized I done read a million books and I ain't applied none of this to my life. I applied it when it came to making money. I applied it when it came to being successful in my career, but I hadn't applied it to my personal life and the men that I was choosing and the way that I was mothering in my own self-care. I wasn't applying none of that. None of the books, none of it. None of the information, none of the life lessons, none of it. Because I was still walking in that, oh no, I'm good, I'm okay. Put it under the rug. Put it in that box. Especially women, we got a bad habit of putting stuff, that pain and trauma and experience, we'll put it in a box and we put it in the back of the closet. Because we ain't got time to study self. We in survival mode. I'm in survival mode. I ain't got time to deal with that shit right now. I remember I was going through a whole life divorce. Ask me, did I stutter step? Nope. I think my business actually did better that summer. The summer that I got a divorce was the summer that I was like, my business was like picking up. It was on the up. Why? Because I jumped more into work instead of dealing with the trauma. I jumped more into the things that were going to distract me from the healing that needed to be done instead of dealing with the trauma. So this is why I'm saying when these things, I'm telling y'all, things are going to manifest this week from the past experiences, from past relationships, from past life trauma, from past dynamics, whatever it was. And they're going to say, hey, this is an opportunity to grow. What's your choice? Do you want to grow from this? Do you want to heal from this? I appreciate my sister Shanika Marie. She made a wonderful suggestion to me the other day, and I'm gonna share it with y'all. Hold on. All right, Cindy. You sleep good? Okay. Um, about making sure that if you need to write a letter to the person who has done you wrong in your opinion, or maybe you have done them wrong, the trauma that was created, write a letter, get it all out, ball it up and burn it, release the energy, do a cord cutting, visualize the cords being cut, light a candle on their behalf, do the work. Do the work. You have to really sit down and meditate and figure out what does the universe want you to do to make sure that you are doing the work. Because if you keep putting these past life traumas, past dynamics, trauma in general, under the rug or in that little box that you got in the back of your closet. Sorry, y'all, my speaker was on. Okay, it's going to come up, and you don't want it to come up at the wrong time. You don't want it to come up when you feel like your life is at peace. You don't want it to come up when you feel like you are on the high side. You rising, you working, you starting to see things come into fruition. You don't want it to come up then. You don't. Because if it do, it's going to disrupt your momentum. And it's going to make you feel like, okay. And when them tower moments happen, you want to be able to rest and get some sleep and some nourishment and some love. You need that. Because them tower moments don't be no joke. They don't. So make sure you're doing the work. Applying the lessons, using your tools, a lot of meditation, spiritual baths, good food that nourish you, that support your growth. Not comfort food, it's a difference. Don't go to the cakes. That used to be my thing. Go get me a piece of cake, or I would make some pie, or I'm going to indulge. Well, I'm Oshun, so I would indulge in foods that are um, luxurious. That's the only word I could think of. Foods that I enjoy. Okay, instead of let me eat to live, let me get the high vibrational fruit and vegetables and the things that are going to nourish and help me through this soul journey and help me really appreciate this tower moment that we are having. So I'm not going to say it's going to be as serious as a tower moment this week. I ain't pull that card. I'm just saying that you're going to be triggered. So when you are being triggered this week and it is coming from past situations, it's coming from dynamics that were in your past, you got to look at it and say, why am I being triggered? What is this here for? How am I supposed to grow? What can I do to assist in my growth? What can I do to assist the universe in healing this particular part of me? Okay? Understand what it's there for. Understand the purpose. And then say Ashe. Shoot. The biggest thing I just want y'all to know that you're supported. You got a tribe. You got us here. You got the daggone, y'all, 10,000 ancestors cheering you on, wanting you to win. So just take the time. Every day you should be doing something that's going towards, building into your own empowerment, your own self-love. All right? All right, guys. So I love you. I will that you have an amazing day. Make sure that you meditate. Meditate. Hold on, y'all know I just be talking, don't be reading no damn comments. Tiara, you're welcome. It's funny that I say that. I wrote a letter when I did. Oh, wow. That's good. 157, you be on it. Where you at? Exactly, 157. She said, if one isn't careful, it can be a very high tower moment. So we have to be mindful also with how we handle the approach. Absolutely. Absolutely. It is one of the biggest things. You say you missed the whole thing. You did, boo. You know I come on early now. Um, that's one of the biggest things. I remember when I used to have tower moments, I noticed that I would disconnect. So this was my trick. I would just disconnect. I wouldn't deal with it. I would disconnect. I'd be like, oh, it's a tower moment. Boop. Put it all over there. All right. Now I'll be like, oh, it's a tower moment. Let's get it. Let's have it. I be having my hands up. Sometimes I be like, okay, can I lay down and take a nap first? Let me take a nap first so I can be prepared. I need to recharge because I know y'all about to hit me hard. So let me go on. Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready. Yeah. You're welcome, Red Sonya. You're welcome. Ashe. Them tower moments be crazy. Sometimes you don't know how to handle it. Ashe. You was resting. Mystic, you been tired a lot lately. You pregnant? I'm gonna be like your mama. You pregnant? You been sleeping a lot. I be acting like everybody's supposed to be up. Y'all know y'all supposed to be getting up early. Early, early, early. Mm, get up early. You supposed to get up at at least. I used to get up at 3. I don't get up at 3 no more. I'm getting old. I'm getting old. I don't get up at 3. Nah, I just go to bed later now. So that 3 don't be working for me. But you need to get up. Connect with the universe. The highest time to connect is like around 4. You said that's what you asked Annette. I told her, I said, I'm going to be like your mama right now. You pregnant? You sure? You talking about no? Oh, okay. Well, then, yeah, resting is good. Getting your rest is good. Getting your rest is good. This is a time for you to rest. Yes. See, 157, you sound like me. We gotta meet. You in Charlotte? I'm kind of in Charlotte. I'm right here. You gotta make sure you come to the Sacred. Oh, I didn't talk about that. Okay, so the Sacred Circle Sundays will start on the 28th. I'm gonna post a flyer today. It is by love donation. I am gonna have spots available online for y'all to tune in digitally. Okay. So that is just gonna be something where we can learn together as a collective. You can learn to connect with other members of your tribe. that's here in the city. You can drive in from out of town. I'm super excited that a sister, one of our tribe members, opened up this space to me. It's a gorgeous space. Y'all are going to absolutely love it. Oh, you met me in the store? Oh, yes. We gotta meet again. I was always in work mode. I was in business mode when I'm in comedic, when I was in comedic. All right. So we gotta meet again. Gotta definitely make sure. So yes, the Sacred Circle Sundays, I'm gonna do it possibly right now we're doing it every other Sunday. I'm trying not to overwhelm myself, but every other Sunday is our day. That way it gives you an opportunity to come, do some fellowship, and get some healing in. I'll probably be doing sound healing while I'm there, and do some guided meditation a little bit, and then we can get into some topics that we know. This first part of our series is going to be divine, tapping into the divine feminine and mastery of self-love. Tapping into the divine feminine and mastery of self-love. I got a lot of things, a lot of good things that I'm working on with that particular avenue, so I'm excited. Um, that's where pretty much a lot of our workshops will be getting into. Um, that is going to be really amazing. Um, great, great, great. It's a great environment, great vibe. It's the only way I can explain it. All right. So, all right. I don't think nobody. Did I ask y'all had any questions? I don't think y'all had no questions. Anyway, I'm about to get off because I'm hungry. I will see y'all later. I will talk to y'all later. I'll be back on this evening and I will make sure that I post this on the YouTube. Okay. I will make sure that I post this on the YouTube. I will be posting the link for Sacred Circle Sunday if you are not in the area and you virtually want to attend, just so I can get the collective all together and make sure that I send y'all the link so you can attend virtually as well. All right. I love you. I love you. I love you. I will let you have an amazing day. Peace.